the need for movement of substances into and out of the cell. In order for cells to function and survive, it is important that substances can move into and out of them. Transport across the cell membrane is vital for a number of reasons. The nutrients required by cells to produce energy, function, and grow must be moved into the cell. Raw materials such as amino acids and various ions are required to construct the components of the cell. To allow proper functioning, the internal environment of the cell must be maintained through regulation of pH and ionic concentration. This creates the best condition for the efficient enzyme activity and control of cell processes. Substances which move into and out of cells are always in solutions. There are several ways in which substances are transported across the membrane. They include diffusion, osmosis, active transport, endocytosis, which are of two types, phagocytosis and pinocytosis, and finally exocytosis. Diffusion is the random movement of molecules from a region of their higher concentration to a region of lower concentration of the molecules. It continues until the molecules become evenly distributed. As you can see in the diagram, molecules are moving from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration, and this process is known as diffusion. Cells do adapt to this process to get molecules from region of higher concentration to their cytoplasms. Diffusion occurs only when a concentration gradient exists. The concentration gradient is the difference in concentration of molecules between the two regions. The steeper the concentration gradient, the faster the rate of diffusion. The rate of diffusion also increases with an increase in temperature, as the molecules move about more energetically at high temperatures. In general, small molecules diffuse faster than large molecules, and those of gas diffuse faster than those of a liquid. Substances can diffuse into or out of cells if the cell surface membrane is permeable to them. Examples of diffusion in plants and animals. Oxygen diffuses out of leaves and carbon dioxide diffuses in through the stomata during the day. Unicellular organisms, example paramecium, take in oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide by diffusion across the general body surface. Oxygen diffuses into the blood and carbon dioxide diffuses out of the blood in the lungs of mammals. Oxygen diffuses out of the blood and carbon dioxide diffuses into the blood in the tissue of mammals. This illustration shows that diffusion can also occur in liquids. In this experiment, potassium tetraoxomanganate 7 crystals are diffused through the liquid. Eventually, the molecules become evenly distributed through the water in the beaker. After respiration, carbon dioxide becomes highly concentrated inside the cell. Through diffusion, the carbon dioxide will move to its surrounding, which is of less concentration compared to that inside the cell. This leaves the oxygen inside the cell to be at a lower concentrated region of oxygen. Hence, oxygen from the surrounding will now move into the cell through diffusion.